Hello, Cabinet. Haven't made a YouTube video in a long time. Going to just draw tonight, and that's it. Sorry about how my voice sounds. I think some people have complained, but that's just my voice. I do have a bit of a cold, but put up with it, okay? All right, doodling. I don't know what I'm going to draw. I don't have a plan. I just have a great big sketchbook here. This is a Canson XL mixed media, and it is the 11 by 14. And here's another one I like to draw on, and this is the 7 by 10. This is the watercolor paper. I don't like it as much as the mixed media paper, which is really smooth paper, but sometimes the watercolor paper is a nice change up. But overall, don't love it. Okay, so why do I draw on a big sketchbook like this? It's because of the nature of how I draw. Sorry, I'm going in and out of the microphone. I don't mean to. Here, I'll try to set it up there. Yeah, the nature of how I draw. So, like, when I'm working on stuff that I'm going to draw and then I'm going to maybe post on Instagram or something, I'm working on a huge piece of paper. Well, I consider it huge, 11 by 14 inches. And, you know, I can draw over here. Maybe that doesn't work. And I just move over to this piece of paper. And whenever I scan this whole huge thing in my scanner, there might be somewhere on here that's a picture I really like, you know? I'll show you the rest of this page. None of this. This was just a sketchbook page, and I didn't end up painting these or finishing any of them, but it's just an idea of what my sketchbook generally looks like. A bunch of gross characters, and at any point I may really like one, paint them all, whatever, scan it, and post some artwork somewhere, or end up using it for something. Like, you know, I do like this guy. This was a plan I was doing for a sculpture I was going to do. Just trying to see what would happen if I drew it first. And drawing it first just made me think, well, now I don't need to sculpt it. Worm man with a mustache. Again, over here. Another bug worm man with a mustache, and he's gross. And okay, he's a bug because look, he's got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He's got 6 arms, appendages, legs. Normally when I do a bug, I just do them with 4 because I think that's funnier. But some people like to point out that that's wrong. And yeah, no kidding. Okay, here's another page. I tear a lot of these out and scan them so they don't stay in the sketchbook. And that's whatever. Whoops. Here we go. Here's a page. Me just kind of trying to get the right color of paint over in the corner here. This little guy, don't know. I really liked this bug. Man, again, he's got 4 limbs instead of 6. I think I posted that guy online. Little dragon guy. Monster, actually, that I really like. My old Doodling characters, but this one with a long neck. Cowboy frog. Starman with a never mind. And yeah. Next page. Okay, here's a series of drawings that I keep hitting the camera. Here's a series of drawings I did that I posted, and this was all little Starman reads a Bible for some reason, gets angry and throws it away. But you can see how that's done. So if I have like like on Instagram, if I post like a 10-panel comic, the panels are all just randomly drawn all over one page. Usually I scan it, I touch it up in Procreate, like I'll erase this and then I'll move them all around, and then that's, you know, I don't do too much else, and then I'll send that back to my Google Drive, save that to my phone, and then go through and edit the photo so that I can get panels of each one. But anyway, not interesting, but that's what I do. Get a close up of this guy here. Oh, he's angry. There you go. What a funny little guy. Fun character. Maybe I'll draw him tonight. He's super easy and fun. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Let's just keep going with this guy. Here, I'll show you another picture of him that I like. He's full of character, and he's super simple. And I think that that is really important, that it's a simple design. I think simple designs usually work the best. For me, anyway. This is not going to be everybody's experience. Here he is again. You know, he's a star, right? So, what is he? He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you just do a stupid face. Now, I know, easier said than done doing a face that has character to it. It's something that I've been practicing a lot, and so I've gotten good at it. But, you know, I fill whole pages with just faces. It's important. What else is important if your character doesn't have an expressive face, you know? And again, little details like hairs, which seem to pop up everywhere. I don't do that with this character. I'm just doing that now because I'm bored, but I'm not bored. Whatever. Yeah, pretty simple. And the fun part was bending the star around to be doing, you know, other poses and still having it be the star guy, you know. Now what is he? You know, is he even a star at this point? It's just funny to me that that these poses are done, you know. Oh, I like that one. The long legs. It just is just getting stupider and stupider with, you know, losing more and more of what he even is, but all in the name of a funny drawing. Okay, let's start a new page in this book. I don't know if I'm going to be talking through this. What is this? Oh, oops. I thought this was a blank page, but it's a couple of Dungeons and Dragons style drawings I did. Where's my blank page? Oh boy. There's more stuff. Okay. Back to the blank page that says doodling on it. I'm going to work on this page. I'll zoom in a bit. Try to get it looking good. And like I said, I don't know if you're going to hear my annoying voice this whole time, or if I'm just going to end up putting music over it, but just in case I don't want to do that. Okay, there we go. So, Starman. Let's do some Starman drawings. I don't have the fan running in here. I don't have the fan on in this room, rather, because the last time I did, it ruined the video by messing up the sound really bad. But now it's so hot. Okay, this looks a bit blurry. Turn down the exposure. Better. Okay, here we go. Starman. What makes him Starman? Funny face. Now you can do the eyes first, or the body first, and then the face. We'll do it a few different ways. Okay. And again, I don't have a plan here at all. Each move I make kind of dictates what will happen next. You know? So here is where I am now. I don't know what I'm going to do. Is he going to be happy? Is he going to be frowning? Is he going to be turning in his hands like this? Are his legs going to be pointing straight down, pointing out? All of these, any decision I make is going to affect the next one, right? So, I don't know. This kind of, to me, kind of looks like he's looking at something in confusion a bit. So let's go with that. Okay. A little confusion, and I'm coloring in the dark parts to Give the mouth more 3D. Okay, and let's say he's got one of his little star fins there, and maybe he's walking. Oh, walking here. Okay. Would that have worked better if that line wasn't there? I don't know. This isn't connected. Since that's not connected there, and this ends up looking like a hat on his head, let's put some eyebrows there to cover up that mistake and to give him a whole new look. Oh, now he's really surprised. Okay. All right. Next, Starman. I don't know if I'll turn this into a comic, what kind of comic that'll be. Who cares? Here we go. Another Starman. Let's start with the body this time. All right. Not great. More eyebrows. I would consider that one not usable. Not my favorite. Doesn't interest me. Doesn't excite me or whatever. Keep going. Big paper here. All right. Sorry. There you go. It's funny. The mouth breaking the sides of his body here. Why not? It's funny. Ooh. Okay. All right. Maybe best to stop before I screw it up completely. All right. That was a good one. Not a good one. Whenever you screw one up, maybe take that as a chance to just do some really weird stuff. Swing for the fences. May end up turning it around, but probably not. Certainly not in this case. Yeah. So here's the size of the sketchbook again. Sorry, the light. There's how much of it I've actually used. Here's all the extra space I still have. Lots of room to work on. Let's go over here. Probably fit another 4 more right over here. reaching up for something. I don't know what. Evil. Uh-oh. Okay. Saved it. Tried to save it. Sure. Eyebrows. Yeah. Another one. Some of these will be just a play on the same idea, and then I might pick my favorite to actually post online or whatever, do something with. And if I'm working on like a book or something, you know, I can fill a giant page like this with all kinds of details from the image and then scan it and cut and paste it all together in Procreate, which is what I work in usually, is Procreate if I'm going to touch something up digitally. And I just do really simple, a couple layers, and cut and paste and use multiplier layers and all that. Keep it simple. That one doesn't really work, does it? Oh boy. Now he's got hair. Ruined him. Good. Next, down here. All right, I'm going to switch away from little star boy, and just because usually that's what I would do here. I'm sick of drawing him right now. And I just saw these eyes, and they kind of reminded me of a bird. So I'm going to turn this into a bird. Now, you can see there's really no difference in many of the characters that I draw, and whatever. Is this Woody Woodpecker or something? Yeah, all of the characters that I draw have the same soul. I don't know what you say. I have the same personality, have the same basic look to them. You could call that my style, I guess. But, you know, you could also say I'm really only good at drawing one thing, and good at it is questionable. Love drawing birds. Should do something with birds at some point. Book or comic, whatever. I've also kind of given up on books and thinking about things like that, just because, you know, I like drawing at night and then posting those things online for a laugh. And, you know, maybe that doesn't pay any money, but it's fun. Who cares? I have a job. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care. Okay, what's this guy doing? Now, normally, I put a cigarette in a hand. Hey, and let's just go for it here. He's holding it like this. Cigarette there. Finger over the cigarette. Filter. Cigarette keeps going. And some ash. And two other fingers. a little bit of shadow here to let you know that that arm is further behind. And there you have it. Everything I know about drawing, I just said. Here's something else I like to do. I scribble down here, and I just, while it's still kind of wet, I take my finger and just, and I get a little crappy shadow doing that. Let's keep going, a little more. Let's paint some of these guys. No, actually, I'll draw another bird. A friend for this guy. A bird friend? No, you know what? I had a funny character called Cool Little Rat Guy. So let's make Bird be friends with, oh, I forgot it. With Cool Little Rat Guy. Okay. He's got sunglasses on. A lot of my characters have sunglasses on. And he's not cool. He's a loser. He's a weirdo. Kind of like the guy that would maybe think he's cool at like a comic book store or something. And he's not. But he's the bad boy there. Okay. And I forget how this guy. Oh, he had long hair. All of my characters do, don't they? They have weird, long hair. Because I like squiggling like that. I really like doing this. Squiggle, squiggle, just shaking. What I'm doing is I'm shaking my hand, like, and then kind of contacting the paper while I'm like vibrating my hand. And that makes funny hair. And who cares? All right, so like that. Cool guy. Make him gross. A little hair there and there. Everything has little hairs on it, little dots on it, scraggly hair. This kind of face. It's all the same. Same character over and over. It's fine. You're allowed to do that. Leather jacket. Hands in the pocket of that leather jacket. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I kind of drew him on another plane of existence here, didn't I? Whoops. Whoops. But I'm scanning this, so if I really like it, I'll just move where he is in the scan. Which is cheating, perhaps? Who cares? Not me. That's my catchphrase, or my motto in life. Who cares? Who cares? Boy, this guy's so... Oh, you can't even see the feet. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen. This is a bad drawing. Bad drawing because the legs aren't centered at all. They should be more over this way. And this is, what is this? This is just floating nothingness. So let's try again to draw a cool little rat guy. This one sucks. Let's try one right here. Cool little rat guy. One more try. Round sunglasses. Mm-hmm. Something about that nerd that thinks they're cool. I think that was maybe me growing up. Nerd who thought he was pretty cool. Yeah, this one's looking better already. I think. Jinx. Okay, gotta land these he also smoking? Well, why not? And now I opened his mouth a bit so the cigarette could go in. Glass is sticking out behind his ear. And then you're thinking, well, you should probably draw that there. Okay, let's do it. There. Happy? Okay. Oh, yeah. Cool little rat guy. Alright, the smoke I'll add in later. Alright, let's paint. This video is plenty long. Let's paint this stuff. Starting up here with a few of these star guys. Which ones do I like? This one, that one, yeah, that one, maybe. No, definitely not. All right, so I'll mix up my paint. I use Daniel Smith. Look at those. Ooh-wee, gross. And I use these kinds of brushes. Silver, black velvet, and also Princeton brushes. A 4, a 6, and an 8. That's pretty much it. And really, I'm pretty much only using the 6. I have this little thing of water here. I dip it in. I also have this spray bottle. I spray all my paint. Who knows what color I'll need. And then I spray the pans so there's water in them. And I forgot to get paper towel. Just a second. And we're back. And here's paper towel. And let's see, I'm not going to need red or pink, so I'm going to wipe that all away. This was a mixture of Jane's Gray and blue that I don't want anymore. This is the same as the other red. This kind of greenish brown. Well, I'll keep that because I always need that. Not for poop, but for just kind of muddying up the colors if they look too clean. Just mix it with some of that. Okay, this will all be over here. Over here, you can see where all that stuff lives. Pens. And which one? Nope. I want this one. And I take the paper towel and I tear it up into little pieces like this and this. And I'll be using these as all kinds of little dabbers and things to go in and lift paint up. You'll see that soon enough. But yeah, I'm going to make some yellow paint for the stars. I like using this Hansa Deep Yellow, which is a bit too orange for me, but then I mix it with this Hansa Yellow Light, and those two together make a real nice yellow. Okay, so let's start painting these guys. I'm sorry for how bad these videos are, but they just are what they are. Me drawing, real time, blathering. I'm sorry. Here we go. This one. I'll zoom in. hair on the tip of my brush. Gross. Okay. And I'm not trying to do this perfectly. You know, I can go outside the lines a bit. I can miss a spot. It's fine. It's part of it. The drawings are so kind of cruddy and poorly done, sort of, but also, yeah. The cruddy and poorly done, so that when you do leave gaps here, it just seems like it's all just part of the whole thing, isn't it? Okay, I dipped my brush in water, so this is going to be less intense on this one now, but we'll see what. Yeah, you can see this is much waterier. Maybe that's okay. See what kind of effect it has. Sliding all around the drawing, and I'm not lifting my brush up because the second I do, it's going to drop a pool like that. So I try not to until I know where I want to drop that pool. And I usually like to look for a spot that makes it make sense. Maybe down at the bottom of his feet, also under his eyeball, since there would be a shadow there and there. See that? That's a little effect I'll get. And so this one's dull, or this one's really light. This one's really dark. That's too dark, right? It's intense. Here, I'm going to try dabbing it up with paper towel. See what happens. Press it on and lift. Really, nothing came off. If I really think it's too light, I can dip it into water and then re-wet. Oh God, I got another hair on there. There must be hair in my water. Look at that. It's like a beard hair and eyebrow hair. Just wiggling her hair. Get out of here, you. Okay. Lift all of that. Okay, now it's all wet again, so now I'll press it. This is going to come up with all the paint gone. Oh, okay. That's kind of, that could be interesting. You know, it's like, here, I'll put a little more paint here and here. Here too. All right. Let's stick with that. I like this, though. I want to do this guy and this guy, like that guy. So more water. That's good. I don't want to drop that one there. I want to drop it right where his hand is, because that would be in shadow. Sort of. Just to tell him that's a little further away. That's too much. Ooh. Lift. Oh God. See? Now I can dry this off on my paper towel. Then go back in, and this will now soak up the dot completely. But, you know, sometimes it's fun to try and drop it. And although, look, that whole look I was going for over here is kind of gone now. Oh, well. All right, this one. No. There. I'll go back here with more yellow paint and drop those on again. Although that can cause putting like wet paint on. Actually, that's a terrible idea. Because that can make it cauliflower. Here, I'll do it on one of these guys I don't like. Let's say this guy here. Okay. Paint him up. Great thing about having his eyes closed is you can paint him real fast. Alright, he's painted. And once he dries a bit, I'll go back on with more of a wet paint that had more water in it than this this load of watercolor paint did, and you'll see what happens when you do that. Were there any other ones that oh yeah, this guy over here, evil guy. We'll do something interesting with him. We'll make him a little bit red. He's evil. I don't know if you can hear the television of what my wife is watching, but it's probably being picked up by the mic or not, in which case I sound crazy. Okay, there you go. Shoot, I should have put that down here. Okay, there you go. And then I'll take like a pink color. No, not that one. I always go for the wrong pink. I should throw that other pink out. I like this lighter one. Okay, and I'll dab on some pink here. That doesn't work. Looks terrible. Real bad. Oh dear. He's bloody. What? Right now he's just way too red. But I'll let that sit for a second, and then I'll dab it off, and let's see, maybe it'll leave a lighter version of that. Drying. Ooh, it's soaking into the paper. All right, let's dab it up now. Lightly dabbed. Ugh. Okay, let's try again. Go back. Pew, pew. Just a bit pink now. Wipe it there. Blend it all in. Okay, that looks bad, doesn't it? Certainly not what I was going for, which was him, I don't know, getting so evil happy that his face turns red from exerting. That's just dumb. Okay, speaking of dumb, let's go over here to this guy and try to add on some way too wet paint. Just here. Let's just see what happens. Well, that dries, so I added more color to the bottom with really wet paint. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'll just look away from that and let that dry while I am coloring in our chicken. Now, I said this was a woodpecker, didn't I? So, let's make him red. I'm going to mix red with pink to get a more interesting red. And I'm actually also mixing it in accidentally with some brown and green from that pile I was talking about before. And now it's really ugly. Whatever. Okay, that's going to be his color. Let's see. Yep. Different. Just a different kind of red, pink, brown hue. Careful around that cigarette because that needs to be white and brown. Careful around the beak area because that's going to be yellow or orange. Okay. And any mistake that I make, I can quickly dab it up with the paper towel, but doesn't really pick up everything. But then you can go and you can put tons of water on your brush and really scrub it out. And that could work sometimes. Other times, just give up, start over. Okay, there we go. How's that look in the camera? Not great. Spread that. That's fine. Oh, right here. Pew. Mist. Pew. Too dark. Pew. Okay. Now, cool little rat guy. Here's bad cool little rat guy. Here's the one I like. What color is he? Pink. Oh, everything's pink. I'm Another thing I like to do is, see this part of the paper here where you tear it off? I treat all of this as paint swatches, just practicing colors, see if it's what I want, which it isn't. So I'm going to mix that with white. I've got this kind of translucent white color in my palette. More. Okay, there we go. Okay. Gross, right? That's a gross color. Alright, I'll do his tail the same color. Okay. And, ooh, too dark right there. I would like it to be darker at the nose area. Oh, too dark now. That's annoying. But it'll dry a little bit lighter. Oh, God. See, I'm looking at the camera while I'm painting instead of looking at my paper. God almighty, Lord help us. Okay, let's take an even lighter white just to show you what that would be like to paint the worst guy. This one. That's the color I was really after. Ugh. I might end up liking this other guy more. But I can blend the two of them too. Now, you know what? He's just much better. Here's what I should do. Lift it. How about this? I'll show you what I mean by lifting the color. So I've wet this with just water. I'm going to go in and try to lift all of it off. I'm kind of scrubbing. I'm not scrubbing. I'm just moving the brush over it. If I scrub too hard, it will kind of rip the paper. Okay, you can see how it's disappearing a bit. Okay. Now go in and press hard. Ta-da! That's not a bad look. Sometimes you can get a good effect from doing something like that. You know how the edges are, you know? I might leave that. Okay, I like it. I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to color in a bit of the nose. Make that darker, if I can. That didn't really work. And then here, and here. Sure. And then a little more edging here. And a little more here. Okay, sure. Now for his glasses. Dark black. Oh, this video's going on and on. I'm almost at the 45-minute mark. Sorry. Glasses black. I do want to leave a bit of the blank part, but when it dries, you'll see that again. Okay, his leather jacket is going to be a brownish black, just like one I had whenever I was a kid. I was a real loser wearing my leather jacket. Let's just do it in black and brown like this and see how it looks when it dries. I didn't mix the brown and black together very well so that the pigments would kind of do their own thing on the drawing as well. Will it work? Okay, now let's just color the whole stupid thing that color. Okay, body. And his pants, let's say they're blue jeans or something. Nice light blue. Yeah. Now, if I were to touch the blue to the coat, the paint from the coat would mix down here, or the paint from the jeans would mix up here. But in this case, if it mixes down, it'll kind of look like a shadow over his pants. So let's do it. See what happens. It didn't happen. Okay, great. I'll just do with the brown paint. Do it myself. Maybe his pants are gross. Dirty. How about that? Oh, that's just bad. All right. Lift that off. That's kind of a jeans look. Lifting it off. Get a great layered style if you just keep putting watercolor down, lifting it back up, putting it back down, lifting it back up. You know, I think anyway. All right, those cigarettes need to have orange filters. So I've got a little bit of orange now, and I'm just going to do just the filter. There, and back to this dude. Orange filter. Okay. And his beak can be yellow. No, that's too yellow. Too yellow. Okay. And his leg can be the same kind of yellow. So I haven't switched brushes once because, I mean, everything, I'm just lazy, but also it's fine to just do it all in one brush. You really only need 2 or 3 brushes to paint, I think. For shadow, I really, really watered down some gray. And there we go. Tried not to paint his foot. Same gray all watered down. Try not to touch the foot. And there you go. Cool dude. And him. Oh yeah, so the smoke. I'll take that same kind of gray. And you try to get lucky and have a good shape there. That was fine. And lucky here too. That one's, yeah, sure. I'll put a little ball up here too. More smoke. Oh, that sucks. Can I lift it? Yeah. That's a nice effect. Let's just darken it here. And I'm going to go in. So I've taken one of these points of paper towel that I kind of squish and roll into a little pencil of paper towel. I'm going to touch it to the tip of that smoke. And it's going to kind of lift a bit. And look at that. It blended it in with that crap. Great. Let's do it for this guy too. I definitely want the top to be lighter. Yep. Even more. Just till it's a blob. Great. And this one too. That's what happens. You let it dry for a bit and you get that edge. Pull out the center. You get a nice shape. You can use this for smoke. I'll do the rest of this one too. That's good for smoke, and I don't know what else would look good on like a topographical map, maybe from above. You could draw shapes of mountains and stuff and dab them off, and you've got that crisp line on the outside. I don't know if you can really see that. Let me zoom in. Kind of. Whoa. Whatever. So you've got that crisp line on the outside edge, and then I've dried off the same. Cool effect. I'm also going to color in his hair a little bit here while I have a little bit of gray on my brush. There. What about his beard? Oh, that's a bad idea. This was a stupid idea. Oh no, there's more water on here than I thought. Let's lift that off. Ooh. Great. Maybe some acne, a little bit of red. Like he ate pizza more than a zit. Alright, you know what? It should have been pink. I got a little pink on my brush. It's just not working. Or is it? Maybe you're thinking, it works. You don't know nothing. Ooh, I like that red on the nose. His ears need some of that. Cool little red guy. I love this cigarette. And this, I like that smoke. It's great. Over here, this bird has one color to him. And it's boring. So, adding brown is always a light brown or dark brown. Whatever. Let's just add brown and see what happens. If it makes this color more exciting. It'll dry on the layer of red, this layer of brown, and sometimes it just adds dimension. Especially if the other paint has more pigments in it. Like, I really like this black paint because it's so pigmented. Maybe I'll just add some of that. Who cares? Because it'll be pigmented if I do. Yeah, they're kind of gross, so why not? The pigment being little particles in the paint. One of the cool things about watercolor is the pigments in some of them. Okay, so he looks kind of yuckier now. This should be darker. Oops. And this should be darker. It's hard for me to see what I'm doing because there's light in the camera, and so half the time I'm looking through my computer screen. That's the color of brown I was putting on top. Okay, let's go back over here to the star that okay, so see those lines? They did not blend in. They made their own shape here. And if it was really wet, it would have done something called cauliflowering, which is when you see all those streaks and it looks bizarre. There we go. They're all dry. His red face has dried to be a nicer hue, but still not really what I was looking for. Let's see if we can get a little more yellow on there and blend it all together. You have to be very careful not to have too much water on my brush when I do this. Let's blend it. Putting yellow on top of all of this. Evenly. Okay. Alright. Looks different again. And when it dries, it will look different than this. Who knows? And for all these little star guys, I like to do a little shadow underneath. Add something. Let you know where the ground is. Adds dimension to really simple drawings. That's about it. Okay. You know what? I forgot something about this dark guy. He's got little pink lines under his eyes. I have to do that now for each of them. And then that will be it. Thanks for watching. I'll try to do a few more videos in the future, in the new year. Happy New Year. There we have it. About an hour's worth of drawing and painting. And now we'll take these and put some of it out on social media to feed the beast. All right. Bye. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Bye.